Apparently, Anton Daniels is still in Los Angeles, California, and he has responded to some of the issues regarding his appearance on the 5150 show podcast that is started and owned by Corey Holcomb. And in this episode in which he did this was called Fake Threats, the truth about Anton Daniels pulling up to Corey Holcomb's almost fight. And he starts off the podcast saying this.
In the very beginning, when we first started this, I realized that he didn't have the intellectual capacity to have a real conversation. This is the honest to God truth. I mean, how do you want me to break this down? Greatest country in the world. You don't know the history of slavery. He really don't even know the laws. He don't know about what happened with black people. He doesn't know anything. He doesn't know you're benefiting and you're sitting here living on the land that it is that you're talking about. You can't give any real examples. This was not going to be an intellectual conversation.
And then this.
Okay. This is what I've been telling y'all. These dudes are Neanderthals. The people that we champion in our community are Neanderthals. We don't have any heroes. We don't have any leaders. Are they entertaining? Yeah, but they would have been the court gestures back in the day. So right away, I'm already situationally aware.
Now, this is the framework that I want to identify with Mr. Anton Daniels.
Yeah, it was all up in each other's face.
Certain phrases such as Neanderthals. Now, if you guys know, Neanderthals were humans that existed about 40,000 years ago. They were closely related to modern humans. They're known for being strong, intelligent, and skilled survivors. But really, when you call somebody a Neanderthal, if you use it in today's terms, you're talking about somebody primitive, unintelligent, rude, or uncivilized, and outdated in their thinking. Now, again, not only is he calling Corey Holcomb a Neanderthal, but also black people who would identify with Corey Holcomb's intellectual framework in general, okay? He also talks about the fact that most of our people are entertainers, but in so many words, they don't have very much substance. This is important, all right? Because now we're gonna get to the part.
I mean, I wouldn't really kind of agree with that. Like, I think it's some people out there that do have, that are like black, that are like inspiring the youth and stuff like that. I don't think it's all just about entertainers. Like, no, I don't kind of get behind that.
How he agreed to come onto the Corey Holcomb show.
Corey asked, could I come on the platform? I never asked him. I just reached out based off of the people that was around me. Shout out to Fawcett, shout out to Gooch, shout out to a lot of people. And I'm like, yeah, it's an opportunity to expand my platform 100%. So, why not? Why not take advantage of it? And I wasn't looking to go in there and belittle or embarrass anybody. I was looking to come in and put on a good show.
Okay, here's the first problem that I have with Anton Daniels' framework. Number one, Anton Daniels positions himself as if other people are Neanderthals and they are just entertaining at best, but we don't have any real heroes in our community. I'm sure that Anton Daniels sees himself differently than the people.
Yeah, I don't understand how you can see. Yeah, to me, this seems like one of those like superiority type complex things. Like, I don't really know how to say. I want to say God complex or perfect type. I don't really know the correct words for it, but it just kind of seems like this with this guy. I could be jumping to conclusions though. That's just my opinion.
People that he's talking about. And in this particular clip, he's saying that he wanted to have a good show. Now, here's the out that he may have. What is a good show, Anton? Could a good show mean entertaining? Now, again, he doesn't say entertaining as far as a good show, but I have seen Anton on many other podcasts when he is the lead voice. Let's say Fresh and Fit. Now, when he's, interviewing Charleston White, he'll take a step back and lead the podcast discussion, but Charleston White will be the mic heavy guest. But in this case, Anton Daniels was the focus of the podcast along source Corey Holcomb. So does a good show mean an entertaining show? Now, we're going to find out if that's what he means, because we know the show was definitely entertaining. Which is what he accuses all of the rest of the black people that he's criticizing. Now, here's the issue with Anton Daniels and most black conservatives. They want to be able to prove that black people are primitive in their thinking, they're emotional. Black people are not that smart. He said that in his actual show, but I won't play that clip. But in so many words, black people cannot handle a confrontation with. Candace Owens has said this. So in other words, if you're a black conservative and you're dealing with a person that is primitive, unintelligent, rude, or uncivilized, or outdated in their thinking, well, you've already admitted that you wanted to grow your audience by going on the Corey Holcomb show, growing your platform. Now, if Corey Holcomb was primitive, unintelligent, rude, or uncivilized, you would have already known that by watching his previous shows. I mean, Corey Holcomb 5150 show was
you would have just known
going on even before I was really on YouTube. Corey Holcomb has been the same way he's always been for years. So you should have already kind of insinuated or understood that your political framework and his framework would
just didn't meet the same eye-to-eye criteria. It just seems like that he just kind of like knew like, okay, yeah, this is kind of like cherry picked of like who can like come on the show, who would get like the most like traction for him, especially if they're not like on the same level with like thinking points. Now, I do get it, you know, it is good, especially the podcast, to have like two people or individuals that have like different, you know, opinions about a, you know, situation or a topic that they're talking about. And it does create, you know, just a whole bunch of like, you know, like talking space and all that shit, etc. But I don't know about this right here. I don't know. Again, I could be jumping to the conclusion. I don't really know about this right here.
Could be different. Corey Holcomb does come after guests quite often that he disagrees with. He has a history doing that. He's not the nicest guy in the world.
It kind of reminds me of what Fresh and Fit to be doing with those women on their podcast.
You know, said different things about black people. He was going to bring that up, and he might not have brought it up in the most respectful way.
Belittle
and I'll just be honest. Corey Holcomb can be, you know, sometimes rude. Okay, we're gonna be honest. So I'm gonna call down the middle. Corey Holcomb could be over the top as an interviewer or a podcast guest. He could not mean it that way. Because again, Corey Holcomb's personality, he probably doesn't really all the way mean it, like the things he says about people, but just in that particular time frame he's talking about, he could
it's probably just a wrong choice of
be
words.
Offensive to somebody. I've seen it. All of us have seen Corey Holcomb doing something where we like, damn, Corey, that's a little bit rough, don't you think? I mean, we've seen him doing it with, you know, sometimes Darlene and other people. So we get it. But again, if you understood Corey Holcomb and what his show was about, why would you go?
He's right, you know.
Black conservatives should say, listen, that person is primitive or unintelligent or whatever. I'm not going to waste my time dealing with a Neanderthal. But Anton Daniels decided to go anyway. So then let me just say this. If Corey Holcomb is a Neanderthal, it must mean that Anton Daniels is not a Neanderthal. Now, when there is a situation between the two of them and they're arguing back and forth, the more intelligent person should get up and walk away.
Yeah,
granted,
just walk
which
away.
Anton Daniels eventually.
Right, eventually. If I'm having a conversation with somebody, and let's just say right there, he's saying like, the grass is purple. He's just saying that like the grass is purple, but we clearly looking down at the grass, and it's the color green. We just like, hey man, like, you know, like, that fresh bed of grass over there is green. Like, no, it's purple. Now, he might have something going on with his vision. He might be vision impaired. But if he ain't none of that, if he an okay, known person, you know, in perfect health, and that's just what he just, okay, cool. I ain't even going to talk more about it. I'm going to just go, all right, bro, that's you. I'm going to just leave it alone. I'm not going to keep going back and forth with a person. Like, why feed it to the shit? Like, I hell nah. Nah. The best thing to do is just sometimes just be quiet and just walk away.
He does at certain points. But again, a person who's not a Neanderthal
that's just me
will not waste their time arguing with somebody else who is a Neanderthal. Now, I'm going to play the entire clip in its entirety so that you can see who was the Neanderthal or not.
I tell you what,
I'm right here.
Don't put no sucking shit. Don't put no sucking shit.
I'm from Detroit right now.
Again.
I'm right here,
just
right
looking.
now.
All right, that's what I'm saying.
I'm gonna respect you.
Dance around it. Dance around it.
No. I'm gonna
I don't do no shit.
I'm gonna respect you because it's your platform, and I flew out here to have a conversation.
We good.
But
we
you're not bossing up on me.
Yo,
we good. I did already. I don't
the microphone right down. Right now, I'm going up back. I don't give a about this shit.
Homie, you just running your mouth.
I'm not running my mouth.
You running your mouth. I don't do no
doing it for the internet. You doing it for the internet. Now, if you want to say your time, no, hold on. If you want to
I'll
say
show
Anton,
you I ain't doing it for the internet.
if you want to say Anton, listen, don't disrespect me like that. If you want to say Anton, don't disrespect me like that. I'll respect you. But don't boss up on me because you said a lot of shit to me today that I don't with either. But I let that shit ride because you don't know me. You don't know me.
Why?
So I'm going to extend the same respect to you. You called me out of my name. You said some wild shit, especially with regard to how it called. I'm telling you that you did. You can't tell me how I get disrespected.
So what I see are two men not backing down from each other. I do not think that either one was afraid of the other. I do not think that anybody wanted to back down. I think that both of them, as young folks would say, was standing on business. But if Corey Holcomb is a Neanderthal in this moment, it must be true that Anton Daniels is also acting with that same level of behavior.
Yeah, the same principles.
If Corey Holcomb is a person who is emotional, can't be rational, and all of the like, then it must also mean from what I just saw that Anton Daniels is matching that same energy. Because a person who is more intelligent than the so-called quote-unquote Neanderthal
wouldn't even engage
would just not engage with that.
Right, they wouldn't engage it.
If you're dealing with a Neanderthal, that means you're more advanced, right?
Yeah.
Like you are a more advanced specimen than the person you're dealing with. So then what you should do is say, well, this person cannot help themselves. This person cannot respond in the way. So the person is being rude or abrasive or, being insulting, but it's because that person has a deficit. So then me being the quote unquote black conservative, understanding that this person doesn't have the ability to understand, I have an option here. I can let that slide and not let that get to me because number one, I'm more intelligent than the person. I know that that person has no ability to hold the framework that I hold. Because again, I'm Anton Daniels and the black community suffers from this. We already know this because he's talking about it right now. And then also, we know that the better way is the more intelligent way. But what I see is Detroit versus Chicago all day long. Both of y'all cursing, both of y'all using the N-word, and both of y'all going in.
Yeah.
So if Corey Holcomb is a Neanderthal, you are also a Neanderthal.
Exactly. Because you engage in the same shit.
Then after the display, here is what Anton Daniels did.
All right, so now he put the microphone down, right? He put the microphone down, right? All right, cool.
We can go out back right now.
It ain't nothing else to talk about. And from my perspective, once you put the microphone down, it ain't nothing else to talk about because you're not trying to talk no more. You don't want to resolve it. You don't want to be amicable. You don't want to debate. You don't want to do none of that shit. So from my perspective, okay, well, then I guess that's that. I guess we going up then, right? We could just go ahead and head out back right now. Let's rock out. You put the mic down. Let's go out back right now. Let's do it.
So I'm not going to get into who's right or who's wrong here. It doesn't really matter. I'm just talking about the framework that he's using. And he says, well, listen, I told him, let's go outside. Let's go out back. If it's a problem, let's go out back. Let's go out back. He would follow it up by using this comment.
Listen, I'm trying to tell you, was shaking like a salt shaker.
Yeah,
when he say study the video, go study the video. Was shaking like a salt shaker. Was nervous.
Now he says Corey Holcomb was shaking. He was scared to do anything, which, I mean, in the heat of the moment, I don't think neither one of them was scared. That's not what I'm here to debate. What I'm here to debate is that Anton Daniels in this situation allowed himself to be angry, just as angry as Corey Holcomb. I can agree that I've watched Corey, and there are times where I feel, damn, Corey, that's, like, why you go that hard? Or, damn.
Over time.
Like you said to Darlene. Is Corey Holcomb over the top? Absolutely.
Yeah.
This is why we watch Corey Holcomb. Is Corey Holcomb disrespectful? Absolutely. Like, when is he not? I mean, this is why you like Corey Holcomb because,
you ain't got no filter,
whether he means it personally, I think he's a good person. Overall, I think both of them are good people. I don't dislike Anton Daniels.
It's just like
I dislike the stances.
But
I don't dislike Anton. I do not dislike Corey Holcomb. I will say, though, that it is kind of interesting that Anton Daniels believes that he is more different than anybody else. I mean, if you show this to white conservatives, okay, and you just say, clip this part, and what do you see here? Any white person on the right, do you want to live next to any of these people? Let's say if Anton Daniels was talking about he loves America and all these people. Okay, so white people, what do you see here? I see two black guys that I don't want anything to do with. So I don't know why he feels that he's not coming across the same way in which he's criticizing Corey Holcomb, and I'm using his language because that's what he's saying. He is using the same language in the same framework. So again, if Anton is saying,
it's just hypocritical behavior. It just makes zero sense. Like, bruh, like, why are you engaging this?
And Corey is a Neanderthal, you're not far from it. Here's what we got to do as black people. Number one, acting like our shit don't stink when it does. There's a saying in the black church, God is not through with me yet. You know, we still got much work to do, you know, Amen. So on and so forth, right? And Anton Daniels is not holier than thou. Corey Holcomb is not holier than thou. And if you feel that somebody doesn't have the framework to carry on a debate, you would know that by looking at their channel and the way that we know
just
that
the way they
you
move.
Understand Corey's channel. You talked about Craig Fax being on the show. You basically said that he doesn't stand up for himself. You said Darlene doesn't stand up for himself. Corey Holcomb has come on every week, every Tuesday for a year straight, maybe 10 or 11 years straight, and he's not changed. He's not going to change. So you could look at him and see right away that he's not the right person for the debate. The only way that you could go and agree to that if you are that kind of person that can handle that smoke, and you showed everybody, yes, Anton, you got the Detroit in you. You're about it. Corey Holcomb ain't backing down. You ain't backing down. Nobody thinks that neither one of you are. I don't think I do.
Right.
But at the same time, Chicago versus Detroit was on full effect, and we all saw it. And if you try to separate yourself from what you call as being primitive, what you call as being unintelligent, what you call as being rude or uncivilized or outdated, that's you.
Yeah.
Because even if he were to carry it that way, you're supposed to be more intelligent than him. That's what you said.
Supposed to be the bigger man in the picture.
It's almost like somebody should never get you down to quote unquote their level. And if you look at Anton Daniels' live streams, he uses the N-words. He crashes out on people. I mean, like, it's not like you don't use juice to do what you do. You're not the, so-called clean black conservative Brandon Tatum kind of style of person. No, you dig in the mud a little bit too.
Right.
So I don't understand how he is acting as a Neanderthal. And for whatever reason, you're justified by acting in Neanderthal with him.
I just don't understand it.
Neanderthal to a fight outside as a person such as yourself. I don't get that framework. And as an adult, I can't understand it. What I see, if at all best, if I see a person in Neanderthal and that person is disrespectful, cursing and yelling and all that, I should see another person behaving in the opposite way. And
that's like me walking outside and I just instantly just like turn around and there's like a guy that's like a whole different race than me, probably like a Caucasian guy or something. He just starts like calling me all the time, like racial slurs and stuff like that. Like, yeah, I probably will get mad, but at the end of the day, I'm not about to engage in that. I'm not doing that. Nah, hell no.
He did not see that from you. So I don't know how he is the person that is a Neanderthal and you are not in that same framework. I can't see it. Regardless of if he started it or not, as a man who is of age, that understands this is how black people are. Oh, okay, they just doing whatever they're doing. Let me go ahead and remove myself from that. All the show should have been over at 27 minutes. All right, you know what, brother? I don't want to get into
associate myself with
this.
Let me just
leave. That would have been it. You responded to what he responded to, and that's the problem. So go.
Yeah, that's that's basically it. Like I said before, like if it was up to me, like if I'm in a situation like that, and I know that me and this person is not going to be off on a good foot and everything like that, I'm just not even going to engage in it. Like I'm not even going to just talk to him. But this is a crazy video though. Man, let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. Oh yeah, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Make sure to turn on the notification bell. I know I said it before, but if y'all like gaming and like playthrough videos and stuff like that, channel's right here. All right, guys, next one. Peace out. Deuces.